Welcome back. In this session on statistical methods for bioinformatics, we will discuss statistical estimation. Statistical inference. Broadly speaking, statistical inference is the procedure by which we reach a conclusion about a population on the basis of the information contained in a sample drawn from that population. The unknown aspects may be the form of the probability distribution of the population or values of the parameters, that is function of population values involved or both. Theory of statistical inference is classified into 1. Theory of estimation and 2. Theory of testing of hypothesis. Theory of estimation again subdivided into point estimation and interval estimation. Estimation of parameters. Professor R. A. Fisher, father of modern statistics, found the theory of estimation. Point estimation of parameter involves estimating the unknown value of the parameter involved in a probability distribution using the samples taken from the corresponding population. For example, the administrator of a large hospital is interested in the mean age of patients admitted to his hospital during a given year. He may consider it too expensive to go through the records of all patients admitted during that particular year and consequently elect to examine a sample of the records from which he can compute an estimate of the mean age of patients admitted that year. Interval estimation deals with the determination of the intervals which contains the unknown parameters with a specified probability based on the samples taken from the population. For example, a physical therapist estimates the mean maximal strength of a particular muscle in a certain group of individuals by selecting 15 individuals as the sample and concludes that the mean maximal strength is a number in between 76.3 and 92.3 with a 99% chance. Here the therapist estimated an interval for the unknown aspect with a probability of 0.99. Point estimation. Consider a population corresponds to the random variable x. Let us assume x follows a particular probability distribution with PDF or PMF f of x theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, etc., theta n, where theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, etc., theta n are the parameters involved. To get the complete picture of the probability distribution, one has to get the values of the parameters involved. In point estimation, on the basis of the random samples taken from the population, different numbers are suggested as the values of the unknown parameters. The single computed value that gives a good approximation for the required parameter is known as the estimate, and the rule tells us how to compute this value or estimate is referred to as an estimator. For example, to estimate population mean, sample mean is taken as an estimator and the value of sample mean from a particular sample is the estimate of population mean. In many cases, the estimator to estimate a parameter has to be selected from a set of estimators. The decision to select an estimator is based on some desirable properties of an estimator to a parameter. An estimator of a parameter is said to be a good estimator if it satisfies some or all of the following desirable properties: 1. Unbiasedness, 2. Consistency, 3. Efficiency, and 4. Sufficiency. Unbiasedness. Let x1, x2, etc., xn are random samples taken from a population with unknown parameter theta. An estimator Tn is said to be an unbiased estimator of theta if expectation of Tn equal to theta. Expectation of Tn is read as the expected value of Tn. For a finite population, expectation of Tn is obtained by taking the average value of Tn computed from all possible samples of a given size that may be drawn from the population. Problem 1. A random sample x1, x2, etc. xn is taken from a normal population with mean mu. Show that the sample mean x bar is an unbiased estimator of mu. Solution. Since the samples are taken from a population with mean mu, expectation of x1 equal to expectation of x2 equal to etc. equal to expectation of xn all are equal to mu. We have x bar equal to x1 plus x2 etc. plus xn all divided by n. Expectation of x bar equal to expectation of x1 plus x2 plus etc. plus xn all divided by n, that is 1 by n into expectation of x1 plus x2 etc. plus xn, that is 1 by n into mu plus mu etc. plus mu, that is 1 by n into n mu. This implies expectation of x bar equal to mu. Hence, x bar is an unbiased estimator of mu. Remark. Unbiased estimator for a parameter need not be unique. For example, in the above case, consider the first two observations x1 and x2 only. Then expectation of x1 plus x2 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 2 into expectation of x1 plus x2, that is 1 by 2 into mu plus mu, that is mu. That means, x1 plus x2 divided by 2 is also an unbiased estimator of mu. In similar way, we can find many unbiased estimators for mu. Interval estimation. Apart from the method of estimating a particular value of the unknown parameter using the sample chosen from the population, in interval estimation we are estimating an interval where the value of the unknown parameter lying with a pre-assigned probability. In case of interval estimation for a parameter theta, we estimate two statistics T1 and T2, where T1 less than T2, such that the interval T1 T2 contains the true value of the unknown parameter theta with a specified probability 1 minus alpha, where 0 less than alpha less than 1. Then T1 T2 is termed as 100 into 1 minus alpha percentage confidence interval for the parameter theta, and 1 minus alpha is called the confidence coefficient. It is to be noted that there may be many confidence interval for a particular parameter theta with the same confidence coefficient. Shortness, stability etc. are some desirable property to identify a good interval. Confidence interval for the mean of a normal population with the confidence coefficient 1 minus alpha. Case 1, when sigma is known. Let x1, x2 etc. xn be the sample taken from normal mu sigma, and let the sample mean be x bar. We use x bar, the point estimator of mu, for its interval estimation. The mean follows normal mu sigma by root n, or t equal to x bar minus mu into root n divided by sigma follow n 0 1. From standard normal table, it can observe the value t alpha by 2 such that probability of modulus of t less than t alpha by 2 equal to 1 minus alpha. Then the confidence interval for mu with confidence coefficient 1 minus alpha is x bar minus t alpha by 2 into sigma divided by root n, comma x bar plus t alpha by 2 into sigma divided by root n. Problem. Suppose a researcher interested in obtaining an estimate of the average level of some enzyme in a certain human population takes a sample of 10 individuals, determines the level of the enzyme in each and computes the sample mean as 22. Further, it is known that the variable of interest is approximately normally distributed with a variance 45. Obtain a 95% confidence interval for population average mu. Solution. Here n equal to 10, x bar equal to 22, sigma equal to square root of 45, and from the standard normal table t alpha by 2 equal to 1.96. Hence, the 95% confidence interval for mu is 22 minus 1.96 into square root of 45 divided by square root of 10, comma 22 plus 1.96 into square root of 45 divided by square root of 10, that is the interval 17.84, 26.16. This gives the value of population mean lies in the interval 17.84, 26.16 with a 95% probability. Case 2, when sigma is unknown. Let x1, x2, etc. xn be the sample taken from normal mu sigma and let the sample mean be x bar. It is already derived for random samples taken from normal mu sigma, t equal to x bar minus mu into square root of n minus 1 divided by s follow t n minus 1, where s square equal to 1 by n in summation over I x I minus x bar the square, which is the variance of the sample values x1, x2, etc. xn. From the table of t distribution, it can be observed a number t alpha by 2 such that probability of modulus of t n minus 1 less than t alpha by 2 equal to 1 minus alpha. This gives the confidence interval for mu with confidence coefficient 1 minus alpha as x bar minus t alpha by 2 into s divided by root of n minus 1, comma x bar plus t alpha by 2 into s divided by square root of n minus 1. Problem. A sample of 17 10-year-old girls had a mean weight of 71.5 and a standard deviation of 12 pounds respectively. Assuming normality, find a 95% confidence interval for population mean mu. Solution. The confidence interval for the mean mu is x bar minus t alpha by 2 into s divided by square root of n minus 1, comma x bar plus t alpha by 2 into s divided by square root of n minus 1. Given n equal to 17, x bar equal to 71.5, s equal to 12, and from the t table for 16 df, t alpha by 2 equal to 2.12. Now, the interval is 71.5 minus 2.12 into 12 divided by square root of 17 minus 1, comma 71.5 plus 2.12 into 12 divided by square root of 17 minus 1, that is 65.14, comma 77.86. This gives the value of population mean lies in the interval 65.14, 77.86 with a 95% probability. Statistical hypothesis. Statistical inference is the science of drawing conclusions about a population based on information contained in a sample. One part of statistical inference is estimation of parameters, deals with making an estimate of an appropriate value of the unknown parameter or an interval for the unknown value of the parameter with a specified probability. But the other part, testing of hypothesis, deals with a decision making on whether an hypothesis about a value of the parameter or the form of the distribution of the variable considered is consistent with data obtained in a sample or not. The theory on testing of hypothesis was initiated by J. Neyman and E. S. Pearson. A statement or assertion under consideration about the population parameters or about the form of probability distribution of the population is known as statistical hypothesis. Testing of hypothesis. Testing of hypothesis is a decision making whether to accept or reject the proposed hypothesis about the population based on the random samples drawn from the population. For an illustration, consider the situation of measuring serum cholesterol level for the general population of all 20 to 74-year-old males. Due to some previous study, it is accepted that the mean cholesterol level is 211 milligram per deciliter. To verify this, a sample of 25 men from the population considered is taken and tested cholesterol level. The sample gives the mean cholesterol level as 230 milligram per deciliter. In this situation, what we have to do? One can reject the mean cholesterol level as 211 milligram per deciliter and to consider the mean cholesterol level is something greater than 211 milligram per deciliter. Or one can stick on the previous assumption as mean cholesterol level 211 milligram per deciliter by considering the change in mean cholesterol level given by the new sample might be due to some fluctuation of sampling. Here it is to test statistically which decision is meaningful. To perform such a test, we begin by claiming that the mean cholesterol level as 211 milligram per deciliter. The statement about the mean cholesterol level to the population is the null hypothesis in this situation. In general, in a testing problem, the statement about the value of the population parameter is called the null hypothesis denoted by H naught. In the above case, after getting sample mean as 230 milligram per deciliter, we think of accepting mean cholesterol level of the population as something greater than 211 milligram per deciliter. Such a statement that we decides to accept due to result obtained from the sample is called the alternative hypothesis. In general, the hypothesis that we accept after rejecting the null hypothesis is termed as alternative hypothesis denoted by HA. Here we are making decision about the population mean based on the sample mean, because sample mean is a good statistic to say something about the population mean. In the same way, in any statistical test, we make a decision about the population parameter on the basis of the value of an appropriate function of the sample values called statistic. The value of the statistic can be calculated by the value of the samples selected. Such a statistic used in testing of hypothesis is termed as test statistic. In a statistical test, according to the alternative hypothesis selected, we divide the range of variation of the test statistic into two. One is acceptance region and the other is rejection region. If the value of the test statistic is in the rejection region, H naught is rejected. The rejection region is known as critical region. Errors in testing of hypothesis. In a hypothesis testing procedure, since decision making is based on the sample drawn from the population, there exists possibilities for two types of errors. They are termed as type 1 error and type 2 error. Type 1 error. It is an error due to rejecting the null hypothesis H naught when H naught is true. Type 2 error. It is an error due to accepting the null hypothesis H naught when H naught is false. The possible errors can be tabulated as follows. Action taken based on the sample. H naught is true and H naught is false. Reject H naught when H naught is true, that is type 1 error. Reject H naught when H naught is false, there is no error. Accept H naught when H naught is true, no error. Accept H naught when H naught is false, type 2 error. Using better statistical criteria, the possible errors in testing procedure can be minimized. Steps in testing of hypothesis. 1. Define the population and formulate the hypothesis. 2. Choose an appropriate test statistic. 3. Divide the range of variation of the test statistic into two regions, acceptance region and rejection region, considering some probabilistic restrictions. 4. Take a random sample from the given population and calculate the value of the test statistic and decide whether to accept or reject the hypothesis. In a testing procedure, the null hypothesis is rejected when the value of the test statistic falls in the pre-decided rejection region. Since the value of the test statistic is decided by the sample drawn, there is a chance for the value of the test statistic to fall in the rejection region, even though the null hypothesis is true, that is type 1 error. The probability of the value of the test statistic to fall in the rejection region, even though the null hypothesis is true, is known as significance level or size of the test, denoted by alpha. That is, significance level alpha, that is equal to probability of rejection of H naught when H naught is true, that is equal to probability of type 1 error. The probability of the value of the test statistic to fall in the rejection region when the alternative hypothesis is true is known as power of the test, denoted by beta. That is, power of the test beta equal to probability of rejection of H naught when H A is true, that is 1 minus probability of acceptance of H naught under H A is true. This gives beta equal to 1 minus probability of acceptance of H naught under H naught is false, that is 1 minus probability of type 2 error. Problem: hemoglobin levels of children under age 6 are distributed as normal population, normal mu 0.85. To test H naught, mu equal to 12.3 gram per 100 milliliter against H A, mu equal to 11.5 gram per 100 milliliter. It is decided to reject null hypothesis if x bar less than or equal to 11.8, where x bar is the sample mean of 25 samples. Find significance level and power of the test. Solution: to test H naught, mu equal to 12.3 gram per 100 milliliter against H A, mu equal to 11.5 gram per 100 milliliter. Critical region is x bar less than or equal to 11.8. Significance level alpha equal to probability of type 1 error. Probability of rejection of H naught under H naught is true, that is equal to probability of x bar less than or equal to 11.8 under mu equal to 12.3. If x 1, x 2, etc., x 25 are the 25 random samples from normal population, the sample mean x bar is distributed as normal mu 0.85 divided by square root of 25. Hence, u equal to x bar minus mu into square root of 25 divided by 0.85 follow and 0.1. Probability of x bar less than or equal to 11.8 under mu equal to 12.3 equal to probability of x bar minus mu into square root of 25 divided by 0.85 less than or equal to 11.8 minus mu into square root of 25 divided by 0.85 under mu equal to 12.3. That is equal to probability of u less than or equal to minus 2.94. That is equal to 0.0016 from standard normal table. Power of the test equal to probability of rejection of H naught under H 1 is true. That is probability of x bar less than or equal to 11.8 under mu equal to 11.5. That is equal to probability of x bar minus mu into square root of 25 divided by 0.85 less than or equal to 11.8 minus mu into square root of 25 divided by 0.85 under mu equal to 11.5. That is equal to probability of u less than or equal to 1.76, that is 0.9608 from standard normal table. Next problem. The distribution of birth weights for full term infants whose gestational age is 40 weeks is distributed as normal population n mu for 30. To test H naught, mu equal to 3500 gram against H A, mu equal to 400 gram. It is decided to reject null hypothesis if x bar greater than or equal to 3750, where x bar is the sample mean of 16 samples. Find significance level and power of the test. Solution. To test H naught, mu equal to 3500 gram against HA mu equal to 4000 gram. Critical region is x bar greater than or equal to 3750. Significance level alpha equal to probability of type 1 error. That is, probability of rejection of H naught under H naught is true, that is equal to probability of x bar greater than or equal to 3750 under mu equal to 3500. If x1, x2, etc., x16 are the 16 random sample from normal population, the sample mean x bar is distributed as normal mu 430 divided by square root of 16. Then u equal to x bar minus mu into square root of 16 divided by 430 follow normal 0 1. Probability of x bar greater than or equal to 3750 under mu equal to 3500 equal to probability of x bar minus mu into square root of 16 divided by 430 greater than or equal to 3750 minus mu into square root of 16 divided by 430 under mu equal to 3500. That is probability of u greater than or equal to 2.33, that is equal to 0.0099 from standard normal table. Power of the test equal to probability of rejection of H naught under H1 is true. That is probability of x bar greater than or equal to 3750 under mu equal to 4000. That is probability of x bar minus mu into square root of 16 divided by 430 greater than or equal to 3750 minus mu into square root of 16 divided by 430 under mu equal to 4000. That is probability of u greater than or equal to minus 2.33, that is equal to 0.9901 from standard normal table. Now, let us summarize what we have discussed. A brief account of statistical inference is made by this module. The concept of point estimation and interval estimation are described. Confidence interval for the mean of a normal population is discussed separately for the cases when population standard deviation is known and unknown. Numerical problems are also solved. Basics of testing of hypothesis are included. The terms like test statistic, critical region, significance level, power of a test, etc. are narrated. Before we move to the next session, please try to answer the following questions. Number 1. A physical therapist wished to estimate with 99% confidence the mean maximal strength of a particular muscle in a certain group of individuals. The strength scores are assumed normal with standard deviation 12. Sample mean strength score of 15 samples from the group is 84.3. Obtain the interval. 2. Estimate the average serum bilirubin level of patients admitted to a hospital for treatment of hepatitis. A sample of 10 patients yielded the following results: 20.2, 14.1, 21.5, 16.5, 20.6, 18.4, 17.3, 15.7, 25.3, 13.5. Also obtain a 95% confidence interval for the population mean. 3. Obtain a 99% confidence interval for the average number of heartbeats per minute for a certain population. The average number of heartbeats per minute for a sample of 49 subjects from this population is 90. The number of heartbeats is assumed normal with a standard deviation of 10. 4. To test the hypothesis that the mean daily fat intake of a certain population which is normal with the standard deviation 8 is 55 grams against the hypothesis that it is 60 grams. It is decided to reject the null hypothesis if the sample mean daily fat intake of 25 samples selected from this population is greater than 58. Obtain the size and power of the test. Books for your reference are: 1. Marcelo Pagano and Kimberly Guerrero, Principles of Biostatistics, Synergy Learning. 2. Mehdi J. Statistical Methods and Introductory Text, New Age International Private Limited. 3. Bud B.R., Sri Venkatramana T. and Madhav Rao K.S. Statistics, a Beginner's Test, New Age International Private Limited. 4. Gupta S.C. and V.K. Kapoor, Fundamentals of Mathematical Statistics, Sultan Chand and Sons. 5. Daniel W. Biostatistics, John Wiley Sons. Hope you enjoyed this session. See you next time. Until then, goodbye.